When Shefali Vaidya started No Bindi, No Business campaign, we caught the attention of many prestigious brands who were eliminating the elements significant to Sanatan Dharma and took the opportunity of fake moral policing. The success of the campaign forced these brands to bring bindi, rangoli, cracker back in the advertisements. Colonial hangover has led Indians forget their identity and are allowing these foreign brands to define the identity of Indians. One of many consequences of this hangover is our Western dressing sense. The transition from dhotis to suit pants has allowed Western bodies to dictate what to wear, even after being practical and its virtue of dressing men and women equally. Dhoti lost its importance and subverted. Students who once went to England to study in dhotis came back in three-piece suits. Slowly, we have started to reclaim the right to define our identity, and we are bringing the way of our life back. What we are supposed to wear, eat, say, and practice. Bring back dhotis. No dhoti, no entry. India, a land of diversity and culture, with each state, the attire of its people changes. But have you ever wondered why a vast majority of Indian men prefer to wear pants instead of the traditional dhoti? The answer lies in our colonial past. When the British arrived in India, they brought with them their own culture, beliefs, and practices. The British considered the Indian way of dressing, including the dhoti, as inferior and uncivilized. They believed that the Indian way of dressing was not suitable for modern world. So they encouraged the Indian men to adopt Western clothing. For centuries, the dhoti was a common attire for men in India. In ancient Bharat, both men and women used to wear dhoti, then known as Antariya. It banished the difference of dress code between men and women, treating them equally. It was a simple and comfortable garment that allowed for ease of movement in the hot and humid climate. But over the time, the colonial mindset brought about a significant change in the Indian attire. Many Indians started to associate Western clothing with modernity and success. The British colonialists who arrived in India in the 18th and 19th centuries brought with them their own dress code, which was seen as a sign of civilization and modernity. This attitude gradually seeped into the Indian society, and the educated elite started adopting Western clothing as a symbol of progress and being modern. In the post-independence era, the government also promoted the adoption of Western clothing as a way of modernizing the country. The fashion industry began to evolve. The Western clothing started to become more accessible and affordable. By the mid-20th century, Western clothing had become the norm for the Indian urban middle class. Suits, ties, and trousers had become the preferred attire for formal occasions and even for everyday wear. Even public spaces in India deny entry to Indians for wearing Indian attire. Even dignitaries like filmmaker Ashish, politician Shashi Tharoor, and former Supreme Court Judge Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer all were denied entry in public spaces for wearing traditional dresses. While the dhoti has lost its popularity, it still holds a special place in Indian culture. It is worn on special occasions and is considered a symbol of tradition and heritage. However, in rural India, traditional attire still holds a strong influence. The dhoti is still worn by many men in rural areas as it is comfortable, affordable, and culturally significant. When it comes to elegance and style, the dhoti has always been a superior choice than pants. The dhoti is a traditional attire that is steeped in culture and history. It has been worn by men in India for centuries and is considered a symbol of sophistication and elegance. The dhoti is not just a practical and stylish attire, but also a comfortable one. It allows for free movement and promotes ventilation, making it ideal for hot and humid weather conditions. The dhoti is a traditional Indian garment that has been worn for centuries. Despite the influx of Western clothing, the dhoti continues to be a popular choice for many men in India. In fact, in many ways, the dhoti is always a better choice than pants. It is practically comfortable and perfect for Indian culture and traditions. So, the next time you are faced with a choice of what to wear, consider the dhoti, the garment that has stood the test of time and is always a better choice than others.